As his best man and best friend, I have no hesitation in saying that Paul has met his soulmate in Kira. She's an amazing woman, and they make an amazing couple. So, in his own words, Paul said to me that there's no way I could ever live without Kira. He's a very, very lucky man, and on behalf of Paul, can I thank Kira for turning up today looking as amazing as she does. So, thank you very much, Kira. And some major brownie points for me there. Now, preparing the speech, obviously, as anyone who's done before will know, has been very difficult because every story I have involves shoplifting or drugs or joyriding, various pushes for the law. I've been racking my brains to think of stories, family-oriented stories, but I still can't think of anything I know about Kira's past I can talk about, so I'm going to have to just solely concentrate on Paul today. Sorry, Kira and Kira's family, terrible start, but all very true, and I've totally lost my brownie points. See what I did there, Kira. Now, I met Paul, and I've known Paul for about 25 years, as he said, and met through Ian, the legend Macmillan here. He's a legend, very, very special man in my life, but for many, many reasons. I played football for Ian for about 7 years, and I played with his brother Stuart. So I met Paul through Ian and Stuart. Now, when hanging around with Stuart, when we were young lads, I quickly realised that having a mate who had an older brother who looked 35 when he was 13 had its advantages. i.e. getting served at the local off licence to buy alcohol. And so, even though he was ginger, and bribed me to be his mate by buying me cans of 10 super and £6 crates of smuggled in beer from France, we became best friends. Good guy. Now, over the years, people have said to me, Paul looks like various people. I'll name a few. Mick Hucknall, Chris Evans, Paul Scholes, In.AVI, Wayne Galloway, another friend of ours. Now, I realised that there was a bit of a theme building there, and any ideas or any takers what it might be?
Is it they're all really handsome? They're all really handsome.
Yeah, that's right, they're all really handsome, yeah, no. They're all ugly and gingers, dude. So, all ugly and, all handsome and ginger, sorry, is the true answer. Now, my personal favourites are Gordon Ramsay, obviously, and one of the Proclaimers is probably my favourite one. So, if you haven't clocked on or noticed yet, Paul is actually ginger. And as you can imagine, it's been very, very tough for me over the years being best friend with someone who's ginger. I've been sorry? Strawberry blonde, sorry, yeah. Well, I've been called various names and spat at and kicked and had bricks thrown at me, and been called a ginger lover. Even Mum fell out of me for a few years for bringing him near the house. I think the fact that all orphanages are full of ginger hair kids says it all about society's view on ginger hair, and he's also the only one I know to get excited when he saw a grey hair coming through. No, it's not been tough really. He's been great. He's a true friend, and I wouldn't change his ginger hair for the world. And apologies to any of the gingers in here. I'm sure there's a loving family out there that will adopt you one day. Anyway, the Folly Lane. No, Paul's very, very fond of the Folly Lane. And I know there's a lot of people here who drink there, but for those who haven't been there or seen it on an episode of The Time Team with Tony Robinson, it's basically just some stables that once you get past the donkeys and the chickens, has a bar. And it looks like it was built well over 2,000 years ago. Hence the reason I call it Bethlehem. Now, I'm sure the three wise men visited a few years ago, and a few of them liked it that much they decided to stay. Isn't that right, Colin? Although he's that tight, took his fake gold gift back. On a serious note, I can see why Gordon Ramsay drinks down the Folly Lane. The bond and banter between the lads and the girls and their kids is fantastic. It's second only to Stonehenge in important English heritage sites, I believe. But I do see why he drinks down there. It's a fantastic club, and I know he's very, very fond of it. Anyway, the stag do. I know there's a lot of people here want to hear about the stag do. There's obviously loads of stories and memories I have, but I can't tell them all for obvious reasons. But there are a few that I can tell. One of the best memories would be the karaoke night, and I absolutely hate karaoke with a passion. Was so out of my comfort zone. They knew it, and I knew they wouldn't let me get away with it. Anyway, Stacey went up, then Prumi, then Martin, fantastic, great voices. Then Elvis, I mean Hamer went up, and he was great, entertained everyone. And then Paul, who went up and sung Angels, and you know, sang like one too. And I was thinking, what the hell is going on here? How on earth will I follow that? You know, the whole place on the feet screaming like a Right Said Fred concert. Obviously I didn't, because I sounded like I invented a new form of torture. But then suddenly it clicked on. They're not actually a football team, they're a choir. I was away with the Follow Lane Choir. And I felt really deceived, so I think it's time the Follow Lane Wags are made aware of this. You know, when you think your men are running around the field, they're actually at St. Anne's Church singing. Seriously though, good voices, lads, and definitely a lesson for me. Right, Stacey's breakdancing. Fantastic, mate. You know, I couldn't forget that, and I'm thinking about entering on to Britain's Got Talent next year, so breakdancing choir boy, that is talent, mate. And then of course the fancy dress night, which meant absolutely nothing to Leon, because it's every day he's fancy dress for him, and we had a dress normal night for Liam when we were there. But we had this fancy dress night that was really, really funny, with Mine McCallum wearing this mask with huge ears and a massive, massive nose. And although it looks like it, he hasn't actually got it on now, but he'd give us a wave, Martin. I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much, mate. Give a little turn, mate. Give a little turn. Brilliant. He must have had about 20 groups of lads come up to say, "Oh, you look like my dad." You look like my mum. Slightly worrying, but anyway. Enough of the stack, dude. Let's have a few facts about Paul. He hasn't got strawberry blonde hair, it is ginger, just so everyone is, just to clarify that. He's had 3 car crashes, and with me in the car every time, he blames me, I don't know why, but anyway. He loves 80s cheesies music so much that on his second stack in Birmingham we went to, I think we went to Reflex, then Flares, and back to Reflex, and no doubt the DJ and band have had their orders tonight. His favourite film is Dumb and Dumber, no explanation as to why. He's a lot worse than me at golf, fishing, tennis and football. He's trying to be better, but he's not. He's a hell of a lot older than me as well, in case you don't know, he's much, much older than me. No, this is a late entrance. When he was a baby, he wouldn't go to bed. Oh, he wouldn't go to sleep. He wouldn't go to bed without a little blanket, which he called his lovely blanket. Oh, bless him. So, good to see you, pal. We've actually got you the lovely blanket you used to sleep with. So, thank you very much, pal. And there you go. If Kira lets you sleep tonight, that's for you to good luck to.
A lovely blanket.
How lovely. In the 15 years we've been drinking together, we've never had 1 or 2 sociable pints. Paul can't do this, it's impossible. He has to have 10 sociable pints. Which, for instance, we went out recently and were that drunk we thought we were sober. And in our drunken wisdom bought 4 Zambucas, 4 aftershocks and 4 bottles of beer, which happened to be buy one get one free. Needless to say, within the next half an hour, we were in bed after daylight for 3 days. Thank you for those 1 or 2 sociable pints, Paul. Appreciate that. He also has the most relaxed and stress-free life of anyone I know. For instance, he's a fireman at Coventry Airport, and you know, he lives about 30 seconds away from it, and the only thing that land there are model aircraft about once a week. His main duty is to watch 60-Minute Makeover and Celebrity Cash in the Attic, which occasionally gets interrupted when he has to chase a pigeon off the runway. So he's so chilled out and relaxed, it's unbelievable, and fair play, you know, I love